What is up, guys? This is Lentheo coming at you with a discussion today about combo decks in this game and why aren't they really more of a thing. So when I talk about combo based decks, there might be a little bit of confusion as on what I'm on about. What I simply mean is in your deck there are multiple cards that interact with each other and they all have a very different goal in what you actually want to do with the deck. We take Quick Draw, for example. Quick Draw Synchrons. Synchrons are a very heavy combo based deck and their goal is to simply Synchro Summon. But there is never a line at what point you need to get to. A lot of people will try and strive for the Quasar plays or they'll strive for the Stardust Warrior plays. But the difference is you can go to that route through a lot of different ways and you can make a board up of a million different cards. Obviously, that's a slight exaggeration, but there are many different choices that you can make with the deck, depending on what your opponent might have, depending on what's on the board, depending on what you have in your hands, graves, so on and so forth. That's what I consider to be a combo-based deck, something that is very different in the way that it will get to certain things. Now, other decks that might not be considered combo-based are, say, Satella Knights, or Cosmos, or something like that, that have a very linear type of deck structure. The way that they get to a goal from A to B is very linear, and normally you'll go there through the same kind of routes. Take, for example, if you play like 3 rounds in a tournament, if you play a combo-based deck, you're probably not very often going to be doing the same combo every so often. If you play one of these decks like Satella Knights or something like that, it's going to be very linear in what you're doing. Satella Knights, you're constantly going to be seeing the Altairs all the time. And things like that, and this isn't knocking those decks like that, it's just the way that they run and the way that they have been created. But the discussion is, why don't combo-based decks do well anymore? Now, there haven't been that many kind of archetypes or decks that really rely on combos as such recently. We've all had, you know, different things that you could say that maybe Shadow is a combo oriented based deck because there are a couple of different things that you can do, but it's kind of the middle ground. It's not what I would consider to be a pure combo based deck. But one of the main reasons why I think that these decks just aren't around anymore is because, one, you need to know the deck inside out. If you don't know all of the combos, then you're kind of gonna die straight away, simply because you need to know what all the outs are you can possibly do depending on what interaction you're gonna have with your opponent. And 2, the interaction with your opponent. There are so many cards that will just stop you. Things like Vanity's Emptiness, Lose One Turn, Effect Veiler, Maxi, all these things will either stop you or slow you down, and it's just kind of very difficult to take that risk. If you go into a tournament, people are obviously going to be siding in these cards like Effect Veilers or Maxis if they don't have them. And it's just going to stop you in your tracks. If, for example, you are playing Shadows and someone says, say, you know, Veiler's your Mathematician or Veiler's your Construct or something like that, it's kind of not the end of the world. Even if they Vanity's one of your fusions, it's not the end of the world at all because of the way that the deck can recover. It just means that it's not really the be-all end-all. If, for example, you summon all your monsters with Synchrons and then your opponent flips Vanities, you're kind of like, yeah, I've just gone mad neg. It's kind of, I think, that the way the game has progressed, I don't think the game states anymore really encourage combos and combo-heavy orientated decks. And I think that's a shame because having combo-based decks, and back in the day when we had loads of combos going around, it was kind of really nice to see. People really understood the decks they were playing. There was none of this helmet or none of this autoplay. Comments from the community, the occasional, but not that we have now. And I feel that it just kind of marked a really good duelist who could completely win a whole event with such a heavy combo-based oriented deck, simply because it took skill. Now, I'm not dissing anyone who has won recent events in the past years or anything like that. It still takes skill to pilot these decks no matter what it is, because at the end of the day, you need the stamina to go through the whole day and you need to be on the tip of your game and everything like that. But I'm saying that these combo decks are just something that is Something I feel is missing from the game. I would really love to see the game state, even just for one format, go into a combo-based oriented format, because it would be really interesting to see. That really whittles out the good players, in my opinion. That really brings them forward to say, well, depending on what's on the field, I can make this certain play. It's not just, oh, you've stopped me there, then I can't do anything. The whole point of combo-based decks is you need to find a way around the problem that is on board and get around it with the best case scenarios. So I want to know what you guys think of combo-based decks and why they aren't basically in the game really anymore. So as I said, let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.